comes back down to, I think, wanting the best of both worlds, knowing that you are in a committed relationship, but with some variety from an emotional point of view as well as a point of view. Whereas maybe there's the other person might be able to meet some emotional needs that your main partner doesn't meet. Hello and welcome to the Spaghetti Junction podcast. My name is Bruce.
And my name is Gareth.
And we talk about things.
We just don't know where they're gonna go.
On the podcast today, the very interesting subject of polyamory.
Nice.
And polyandry and all the different polys in between.
Like Pollyanna.
Maybe.
Maybe she's in part of it, yeah. Polyamory. I actually only really knew about it a week ago.
Wow, dude.
In fact, on Friday when I listened to the podcast, it's a podcast show station, whatever.
Yes.
It's a podcast called the Red Table Talk. And that's with Willow Smith, Jada Smith, and Jada's mum.
Okay.
And they have a whole bunch of conversations around it. Around a whole plethora of titles.
Plethora.
As we do too.
Oh, there's your word for the weekend, hey?
We have words every podcast. Today's plethora.
Does Jada's mum have a name? Or does everyone just know her as...
Oh, she is... No, she is spoken about as Grammy.
Oh.
But not like the Grammy, but like Gramy.
Okay. But
as in like she's your gran.
But I have a question.
So she's known as Grammy on the show.
Wouldn't she be known as Granny Smith?
That's actually pretty good.
Oh, come on.
That's actually pretty clever.
Come on. I just came up with that one now.
Really?
Yeah.
You weren't like...
I wasn't planning that one.
Ready for the whole week. It's like,
No.
I'm going to use this joke, buddy.
It's completely unscripted.
That was pretty good,
I
actually.
know.
Nice.
Like, comment, subscribe, and share.
And we're done.
On the strength of that comedic
we're done.
segue.
We're done. The show's over. Thank you for the 1 million views coming up.
We are such YouTube rock stars.
Damn right we are, bro. So yes, we need to, what I wanted to say, well, one thing I can say I'm excited about it, is that I am registered to get the vaccine, and I'm getting it next week.
Wow. Oh, because you work for
the right people.
Medical company as well.
Yes.
Yesy, look at you. Damn.
Yeah, so they already did their whole staff and so forth.
Right.
Sorry, let me just move closer. There we go. And because I'm only there like part-time, temporary kind of thing.
Yes.
I don't really fall into their bracket.
Right.
But then I got a message from the powers that be, Dean, and he said to me that there is still quite a few vaccines available, and they have to use them quickly.
Yes, otherwise they expire and
waste.
So you don't want that.
So then he said to me, "Do I want one?" Like, I mean,
might as well.
Do you want to live forever? I don't know.
Who wants to live?
Yes.
There we
I was
go.
hoping you would say that. So yes, so they put my name through. I'm registered on the national government data, blah 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 blah, and I'll hear sometime in the week when they want me to come through and get the jab.
Cool.
It's just weird that I'm getting the jab before my mum, who's like 75.
Yeah. I also spoke to my parents today, and they're not too sure when. Because I think it's only like phase 2 of the rollout for medical practitioners is happening like next week, and then it's like hello, general public.
From what I understand, that they were waiting for the next batch to arrive.
Yeah. In
the country.
Okay.
So it sounds like things are going to start happening from next week, but we can't guarantee it.
No, we can't.
So like I feel it's interesting. Like I'm really happy that I'm going to have it because it'll change my whole outlook on being around with people, and
Yeah.
I think more importantly for me right now is I'm being around my mum.
Because you're working at a medical center,
Yeah.
and then you also go and see your mom. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, it's gonna.
So I'm happy that I'm getting it,
Yeah.
but yeah, like I'm saying, it's a bit weird that I'm getting it before my mum or before your parents.
It'd be interesting to hear what if you are affected with any
Side effects.
because apparently, like I know people in the States, they get knocked for a while, like because it's like the flu vaccine. You actually get sick and then you get better. And
Yeah.
then,
Well, look. I mean,
but I don't know.
for what I can understand from the people around me,
Yeah.
okay, which is not many. It's like 10 or 15 people.
Yeah.
But the only like effects they had was that when they woke up the next morning, they didn't feel as they had slept enough, so they were drowsy and groggy.
Yes.
And where the jab went in, it was sore, and they had a minor headache,
Yeah.
and one of them grew a tail. So apart from that,
And now Bill Gates can track them wherever they go.
with his tail, exactly. So apart from that, look, I don't know what'll happen, but I mean, my sisters had it. My brother-in-law's had it.
Right.
And it doesn't really sound. Yeah, and then there's this, like there's so many people. There's a portion of people. No, I won't get it because this, that, and this, and in America, these people got sick and blah blah. Blah. It's a 5% of the vaccines where there will be, like worse side effects than other people.
Yeah.
But in general, just take the damn vaccine.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'm interested to see when the rollout happens for, the general public.
Yeah.
Because I don't know when I'll get it. I don't know if I'll be able to get it. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. I don't know.
Maybe we can share mine. Half and half. And then you have like half a chance of dying and of living. Living on the edge, basically.
Isn't that like life in general?
Yeah, I guess. It just sounds more interesting because it's
But
COVID.
thanks, bro. I appreciate it because, sharing is caring.
That's what I'm trying to say to you.
And-
I will give half my life to you.
And on that topic of sharing is caring, polyamory. One of the best segues ever.
Go. Polyamory.
Wow.
So when did you know about this polyamory? I'm sure for quite a while, eh?
Yeah, I've known about it.
I don't really know much about.
I've known about it for a while. Kind of got fairly interested in everything. You know me with my interest in anything to do with
Manliness.
dating, relationships, and everything. All the fun parts that go with that.
Yes.
Let's keep this
I'm
YouTube
glad you
friendly.
can laugh to yourself. And I was sitting watching you. So keep on. Yes.
So yeah, I've been sort of aware of it and everything, and I listened to a fair bit about it on YouTube and stuff. It is definitely something that's getting more popular and on the rise, but it's not something that's actually very new.
No,
I think it basically,
okay, first of all, what is it?
Okay, so polyamory. We've got two basic terms. So polyamory and polyandry.
Okay.
Okay, so polyamory is basically people having sexual and emotional relationships with multiple partners, where so you might have a man and a woman who are in a relationship, but their relationship is open, so that the man is free to have other intimate partners, and so is the woman.
Okay.
But they're not married.
Okay.
Okay, and then polyandry, as far as the information that I've found, is when there is a married couple, and they bring in someone else to join them in their marriage. So, another man or another woman, and they actually like propose to them and actually, yeah.
Will you marry us?
Yeah, pretty much. Dude,
I've never heard of that.
no, pretty much.
In my research, I've never heard of that.
I saw it on the internet, so it must be true.
Oh yeah, it must be true. It's on
No,
YouTube.
it does happen. They literally have.
Okay, I've never seen that.
So yeah,
In my countless hours of researching this topic. Yeah, whatever.
I'll send you a couple of links after the podcast.
Yeah, that I don't watch. You gonna stop sending me links? I never.
No.
I never go to them.
No. These are not from the podcasters that I listen to.
Oh, okay.
So don't worry. It's just videos about that subject. I promise.
But that's why we're here, so I don't have to go to that video.
It's also true.
Thank you. So,
but I'm also not I'm not in a married relationship, and now we've married someone else. So I can't really speak from experience in that regard.
No, but you can still explain what it does and why it happens.
True.
I don't
That's
have to
also
go
true.
to a video. Otherwise, we failed our listeners. If you fail me, your co-host here, then
Okay, I don't want to fail you, bro.
our listeners are just screwed, and not in the polyamory kind of way. So polyamory or polyamory.
Polyamory.
That's the polyamory, but polyamory. Let's not make a stupid joke about polyamory. That's what happens in the Navy.
That's when you're using multiple plates in your flak jacket. That's polyamory. It's like two plates back and front instead of just the regulation one.
Shut up.
Right.
So polyamory. Sorry. Okay, I can't call it polyamory. How's that? Good.
Cool. Where are you coming from?
Otherwise, I've been researching the wrong poly. So in Greek, poly means many, and then Latin amor, which is love.
Right.
Which is the practice or desire for intimate relationships with more than one partner. Yeah. But what you didn't. Oh yeah. I guess you did say it with the informed consent of all partners involved.
Correct. Yes. Sorry.
Because if that's not in there,
I did not mention
then
that.
it's not polyamory. Because like everybody will know who's doing where and what and how.
Which you could basically say in our modern time is kind of almost just dating non-exclusively, I would say, to a certain extent.
To an extent, but when you actually get into like a real relationship, that's like, like I want to be with her forever if I can.
Yes. Okay.
You don't want someone, if you don't believe in this, I don't want anybody else touching her or being with her.
Exactly right.
Or sitting next to her and she's speaking about how she loves Bob.
Yeah.
Damn you, Bob. To hell.
Who hurt
Oh,
you?
I'm sorry. Who hurt you when you were young? So is a big thing. And it was also, and it's not the same as, what's it called? Swinging. Swinging. It's not the same as swinging because that's like a once off or twice off.
Yeah.
And it's only for that sexual gratification then.
Singing is singing.
Oh, wait, crap. We just used the word sex. I hope we're past time. Yes, we are.
You are timing us. Cool.
No, sorry, because I'm just aware that when we said,
Yes.
well, we've just used the word sex, so
Oh, it's okay.
and it's way past half a minute, so I think we're okay. Sex.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure that we are actually allowed to use this episode. Apologize if it's not, if it's on me.
Oh man, where are we going? What did we?
Polyamory.
Oh yes, swinging.
Yeah.
Yes. So swinging is more yes.
It's more yes.
Open to external partners, but more for just the casual.
It's just a casual thing.
Casual thing.
It's not like the people are going to go home afterwards and keep in touch and want to date each other or.
Yes, and form deep emotional bonds.
It's a very light.
Yes.
Casual, exactly what you said.
Yeah. For the swinging thing, it's oftentimes it's married couples who want to kind of spice things up a little bit, and they think maybe bringing another person in to join them is something that would be quite fun. It's like a bucket list tick off, or swap with another couple.
But then it brings the thought that therefore they don't believe in adultery. Because this is going past what we're talking about, so let's try and come back in again. But if you believe, so I think it's a slightly different belief or understanding of marriage. That if you can do that, then you're obviously, but then they'll say no because it was consensual. So I don't know.
So basically, like everyone is aware. It's not like nothing's been done behind anybody's back.
Yeah, I guess. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
So I have a dictionary, a definition from a dictionary. How's that? Say that a few times. Okay, cool. So polyamory is it says this is the non-possessive, honest, responsible, and ethical philosophy and practice of loving multiple people simultaneously. It emphasizes consciously choosing how many partners one wishes to be involved with, rather than, and this is one of the big points why they do it, rather than accepting the social norms which dictate loving only one person at a time.
Right.
So that's pretty much, and that was very much on the Red Table podcast. It's not on YouTube much. You can find it on your Spotify's or whatever. Right. I always say listen to it, just as an extra view.
Yeah, it'd be interesting because
and extra listening. So so to our loyal listeners, if you want to know a bit more, then I'll write it in the link.
Awesome.
But the one thing with Willow, that she had a very big thing about marriage, and only being with that one person for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And her view was that marriage, that I think I'm going to be, I need to fact check myself probably later on, but I think about 60%. Okay. I need to actually check, but it's a high percentage of marriages end in divorce. I would say 60%, but let me just check before I say the wrong thing. So her view was that marriage is a broken
sort of and antiquated. That's what they also said.
Well, antiquated, but more her view was that there's more people getting divorced, more and more, and to her it's a broken system basically.
Yeah. Well, and considering almost 50% of marriages end in divorce.
Correct. Just having a look quickly, because I want to get the numbers right. So 50% of all marriages. Okay, although this is for United States, and obviously because the United States there, that's the world. Dum-dums. So you don't have to know the rest of the world because America said so.
Because when America coughs, the rest of the world gets COVID.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Oh no, wait a minute, that was China. See what I did there?
I'm sadly dead, yes. What is the divorce rate in 2020? Okay, well, this is not helping me, but anyways, I'm just getting stats from... Okay, here we go. Okay, this is interesting, but I didn't ask for this. But anyway, if you ever wanted to know this...
Please tell us.
According to the UN, the country with the highest divorce rate in the world is the Maldives. With 10.97 divorces per 1,000 inhabitants per year.
You see, I always knew there was a problem with
the
those
Maldives.
I always knew
it's
there was
a small
problem.
Country.
I knew there was a problem with those palm trees, those white beaches, and that beautiful blue ocean. I knew there was an issue. There was a red flag.
Exactly.
It was such a red flag,
That's
and
right,
now
Bruce.
we know. It's the blooming Maldives.
I'm glad that you've been working on that.
So if you want to keep your marriage, do not go on a honeymoon to the Maldives.
So, okay. Anyways, back to our conversation. So, it's basically more than 50%.
Yo.
Okay.
This is US.
So let's just say, no.
Or is it more worldwide? That's
What is the divorce rate worldwide? It doesn't help me.
okay.
But the point being is that it's at least 50% worldwide.
Yeah.
So basically saying every second marriage is going to end in a divorce.
So you got a 50-50 chance of your
Yeah.
marriage surviving.
Exactly.
I don't like those odds, man.
But I think the ones that last longer are the people who fight more. Oh, okay, hold on. Who fight for it, and the people who divorce fight
Each other.
each other.
Yeah, instead of... Yeah, I think...
So anyways, that's what her point was, as to like, it's a broken system, and if it's not working, what can happen to still have love?
Yes.
If it's not marriage, then...
I think marriage has become almost disposable in a way. And it's like, oh, well, if it doesn't work out, we'll just get divorced. And it's like, it sounds so simple.
It sounds so simple, yeah.
But the ramifications of that and the consequences of that are far-reaching.
Yeah.
More far-reaching than people realize.
Yeah. So polyamory...
So yeah, I know for a lot of people, they say that polyamory and that it keeps their personal love life alive a little bit more, where they're allowed. Excuse me.
God bless you.
That didn't come through. Sorry about that. It's Gareth's fault. He gave us Pepsi.
Pepsi Light.
Pepsi Light.
Come on, bro.
That's how we roll.
That's right.
And I think maybe isn't it a case of wanting to have your cake and eat it too, basically, and having almost having the best of both worlds. It's like, great, you can be in a relationship, in a loving relationship with a person, but you're allowed to go out and do the nasty with some other people, and everyone's okay with it.
Yeah, and I mean, from what I've been reading and so forth, I think the high percentage of people involved aren't married. Not at all. And so
it's more people who are in long-term relationships.
Yeah, you know what this made me think of right at the beginning?
Mm-hmm.
This is not new. This is from the 1970s.
Oh, yeah.
This is exactly the 1970s, but just being made more hip in 2021.
I think it's basically,
Really?
I think it started with the sexual revolution and, people just, being way more free and stuff and breaking free of a lot of those conventional norms set by religion, society, all of that, and deciding, well, no, I don't want to do that. I want to go and do this.
It's just free love going on.
Yeah, pretty much.
And there was like, this like new system. It's like...
That's not new.
It's exactly like music. Wow, this is a new track. Well, actually, no. It came out in 1960 Footsack. Whatever.
Reminded me of one of my guitar students the other day.
What did
they do? They wanted to learn a song by Juice WRLD.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
I know their music. I mean, his music, yeah.
Yeah. He basically, his track uses the guitar part from Shape of My Heart by Sting.
I know that song.
And I was like, dude,
I mean,
this is where this...
I know them both, obviously.
This is where the song comes from. And I had to play him Sting's version. I'm like, this is what you should be learning.
And what did he say to that?
Not much. He's a bit of a quiet kid.
Oh, is he? Okay.
So
no, I do know that song.
Yeah.
I like what he's done with it, but exactly, it's like stupid.
Anyway.
So back to polyamory. So there are a variety of polyamorous relationships. The one is called hierarchical. So
Okay.
So primary and secondary. The
Right.
primary partner is at the top of the hierarchical structure. This person may be the person with whom you live with, have kids with, or even marry. Okay. So a primary partner is not necessary for polyamorous relationships, though. The secondary partner may not be as intertwined in your life as a primary partner. For example, you may not share housing or finances, but you may still be fully committed to each other. That sounds like a win-win. I don't pay for the housing. I don't use my finances, but I can be in a fully committed relationship to her. Okay?
Exactly.
Wow.
And your girlfriend, or your wife who you live with, is totally okay. The problem is that
No, that's a secondary partner.
yeah,
But the primary ones, marriage, husband and wife,
yeah,
they are paying the bills and all that kind of stuff.
yeah,
The secondary person is he's just there, or she's there just to be in a relationship with that person.
yeah,
With no
like financial obligations,
obligations
kind of
to
thing.
their life,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, pretty much. That's that's best of both worlds
Yeah.
in a lot of ways.
Now, interesting.
Yes.
So I'll just read something which I copied and pasted onto my Word here. While many polyamorous, I hate that word. Who freaking chose this topic?
I know. Oh wait.
Stupid. While many polyamorous relationships are characterized by a couple who openly and consensually pursues their independent or joint. That's just a mouthful. Screw you. A third one is called a triad. It's also known as a throuple, which we know about. No, we know about. That's weird. I'm carrying on. Okay. Cool, June. We'll see you tomorrow.
June. I thought her name was Susan.
Well, she tells us with names that we like. So to me, she's June.
I guess I'm not very emotionally invested.
No, you're not. My name is June. So also known as a throuple, a triad refers to a relationship with three people, obviously. Not all three people need to date one another. However, one person may be dating two different people.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
The
it.
quad, as the name implies, refers to a relationship with four people.
Right.
This type of polyamorous relationship often occurs when two polyamorous couples meet. This is so confusing. And they begin dating one person from the other couple. Okay, so
There you go. That's basically swap.
they're swapping across, basically.
Yeah.
You can also have a full quad. This sounds so sexual. Where all four members are romantically or sexually involved with one another.
So then the bisexual side of things comes out.
Unless it
So
was...
you'll have
No, because it might have just been June and Bob and Jenny and Mark.
yeah,
Not-
but now when
not
you
bobbing on Mark.
but that's what that then implies. This last one is where everyone is fully sexually involved with everyone within that four people.
Okay.
So you got two couples where both the male men and the woman are both bisexual.
The male men.
The male men, well, quite a few female men in this world as well.
No,
So
well,
that's
Yeah.
that's for a different
no,
podcast.
I'm not even going near that podcast. You can take it home with you.
So sometimes it'll just be the couples just swapping and having
Funky monkey.
emotion. Yeah, and so it could just be just sexual, or there could be the emotional commitment side to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are a lot of different things that we
Now,
could,
I can bring up more, but then it's me yakking. So
yeah.
you bring up something. I do have more, but I'd rather you.
I think it's very interesting. I think it's quite interesting to talk about maybe the reasons that or the different, or like, how do I say this? The different or the reasons that people actually do it.
Yes, please.
Like, why? Like, okay, so you got a couple that's it's guy and a girl. Who would broach the subject of, like, maybe it's time to bring someone into the fold, if you like? Is it the guy going, think we should bring in another girl. Or is it the girl saying, I think we should bring in another guy?
But that's normally a threesome. That's not.
Mm.
That's not. That's not known as the triad or a throuple. It's not like, we need a bit of spice in our lives. Let's just bring in whoever into a relationship.
Well, then, but it's the same thing. It's like, because bringing in someone for more than just a sexual experience, but saying, maybe we should open our relationship up to include someone else from an emotional point of view. So
that's what the woman says. The guy's like, okay. But I don't know if I couldn't do that. I just don't get it. It's very, it's.
Yeah, I must say
I don't understand it. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
and it's whatever people's views are. That's okay. Just for me, I just no.
Yeah, I would. I definitely wouldn't be cool with sharing my girl with another guy.
Correct.
But then again, having the attention of two ladies is not. But that's just.
That's you when you're not.
That's me.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not for everyone, and I don't think it's going to be the norm. It's just getting a lot more popular.
Why do you think people do it? Why do you think it's a big thing?
I think.
Why don't people just do what normally, because this world isn't normal.
This world isn't normal anymore.
But why don't people want to get married? And why? Okay, you know what? There are people who just don't want to get married.
Yes.
Like me right now.
Yeah, me too.
But it doesn't make me want to go down this rabbit hole. Just because I don't want to get married, that doesn't mean that I want to go and meet a whole bunch of people and have a relationship with one or two people and some. No.
I think what I've come to learn is that everyone's got their thing. Everyone's got something that sort of turns them on sexually,
but this is not a fetish.
This goes into
relationships.
Not a fetish. Yeah, it goes into relationships.
It's got. So that view, I don't think it works because this is not like a
Okay, so it's not because it's not just sexual. No, you're right.
No,
You're correct.
Because it's otherwise that's just called a threesome.
Yeah, that is.
Or however many people.
Yeah, this is now building an actual relationship.
This is an actual relational side thing. I think.
Yeah, so emotional investments, day-to-day living.
Exactly.
Like you would with just one other person.
Yeah, and the one thing from the Red Table podcast, Willow was saying that amongst her friends and herself, she was having less sex than the other non-polyamorous people. So it's not based on the sexual thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not going to work.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what. The thing is, also I've never spoken to people who look for the long-term relational side of things when it comes to that.
Well, that's what it is meant to be, though.
Yeah.
If it's only sexual, then this is not polyamorous.
Yeah. Okay.
It's all about relationship plus the sexual side.
Yeah.
But it's very much focused on the relational with one person or with two people, whatever kind of thing.
Yeah. I think it's coming down to maybe I think it is just wanting it comes back down to, I think, wanting the best of both worlds, knowing that you are in a committed relationship, but with some variety from an emotional point of view as well as a sexual point of view. Whereas maybe there's the other person might be able to meet some emotional needs that your main partner doesn't meet. That the kind of thing, So say if they're in an open relationship, and it's a man and a woman, and the woman's main husband might meet a lot of a lot of requirements within that relationship,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe he's got a couple of things that are maybe she's not quite happy with. There might be another guy that she finds that she connects with on a deeper level on some of those things, and maybe it could be that for the guy as well.
I guess, but
You
then it brings into question, why did you want to date that person in the beginning? Why did you form a relationship? So if you take this off the table,
Yeah,
then why did they ever get into a relationship?
it's a good question.
So
Like,
then there's
yeah.
so then there's no points.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's it's a very tough question to answer.
The like one big view of it is the whole thing, which is what's exactly what was the view in the 70s, was about free love and being able to love who you want,
Yes.
and just being able to love. So you're in a group, for example, and you love everybody,
Yeah.
and then you might be, love for relational one or two of the people in the group. But it comes across from what I've been reading and stuff that it's all based around free love. It's all based around not needing boundaries or law or rules.
I think so.
You pretty much are in that space where you create your own boundaries and you create your own relational and loving and expectations. That's what it is.
Coming down to basically an increased freedom of choice.
Yeah, and people who do not want to make a commitment. To,
Yeah.
Well, no.
Well,
I mean,
they are committed.
they are committed to their polyamory. Yeah, exactly. But the big difference between that and between marriage, it's like, it's like they want to be with each other for the rest of their life, in in sickness and health, and blah blah blah,
Yeah.
blah, whatever.
For better, for worse, and sickness and health till death do you part.
Exactly. So I think the polyamory, I think that they don't want the restrictions of what we've been brought up on, which is marriage.
Yes, and it's and I think for a lot of people they can be restricted, and it's like what they say is variety. Variety is the spice of life.
But now, how do you think this is going to impact our social life in general?
Well,
Because it's interesting.
yes,
But if we have been brought up, I mean, for centuries, whatever, that marriage is what I guess is the norm, whatever kind of thing,
yes,
whatever, which is what is being questioned, obviously, by these people. What kind of an impact is that going to have on? So, for example, kids, for example. Like I don't even think it's brought up in the system here. I've never read anything where it says, and they have children. That to me is the primary person where they have kids.
Yes.
I don't know. I just haven't seen anything yet. But look, I haven't researched for hours and hours.
yeah,
But the point being, I've never read in any of this that they have children.
have children with the other person.
That they have children. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. In general.
Um.
So if that happens, then what does that mean
Yeah.
for a generation? I don't know. I'm just asking the question.
No, I get you, and I
As
still
you finish this off, yeah.
and I the conventional monogamous, what we would call a nuclear family,
Mm-hmm.
is still, I believe, the cornerstone of
Yes.
civilization. It's modern,
Correct.
and
Yep.
as much as people now more than ever fight against it, it helped us create civilization. So if more and more of
It
this
created civilization.
well, it's that, like I said, it's the cornerstone. It's
Okay.
part of the foundation of civilization. Just the normal man and a woman get married, have kids, and build on that. Society is built on that. That's basically what I'm saying.
But then I wonder why that was even made the cornerstone. What was the reasoning to have that structure?
Yeah.
On that note.
On that note, wow.
No, it's a different question.
It is a different question.
We can bring it on the side, because that's what God wants. Blah blah blah. Fair enough. That's kind of that's in our belief system. But if you're not a Christian, then how do you explain that kind of thing?
I think marriage a long time ago, if I remember, was more an alliance of families.
Mm-hmm.
More than based on love and romance.
Yeah.
And I think the love and the romance got brought in later, and then it became this, and then it became part of everyday society. And well, that's what people did. They met, they got married, and families happened.
That's one way of saying it. Yeah.
So yeah, and now, well, since the sexual revolution and the 70s and all of that, people have been like, well, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. I want to go this way, And
I just find it sad in the sense where, even though they do speak about, being in a relationship with someone else, blah blah blah. To me, I just think it takes away the true meaning of what a I'm committed for relationship is.
Yeah.
And the more that you play with it, I feel that the more that you play with it, I don't know. I just feel that it's not dangerous, but it kind of just, sorry, I don't know what my thoughts are right now, but I just find it's dangerous, I think, in some ways, for example, morals and so forth, like a moral codes and so forth, because we actually need to wrap this up, but morally, it's very different to what I would say a larger portion of people. I would say that there's a higher percentage who don't do that, and I think one of the reasons is because morally, what we've been brought up and what we believe in, and I think even who we are as a person.
Yeah.
Like, it is opposite to what we believe in, what we have been brought up doing. But also, I don't believe that there are people, like the larger portion of people go, you know what, I actually don't mind just not being in one relationship, but I'm going to be in two, with all the pressure from them both.
It's a lot of work.
Also knowing that the other person is also doing other stuff with somebody else. They don't speak about the main core. I can guarantee you, though, people in there are jealous somewhere.
Can you imagine the
people are there are having issues, and they don't bring up the negative crap with this.
Oh, the jealousy. Ooh, man.
No, it's worse because also, I want to know that she loves me completely, like I'm the one for her.
That's it.
The whole, the one.
Yeah.
She is for me and I'm for her. I'm not, she's for me and then she's for the next person next to me. I don't want to do that. But what I'm saying is these people do. So that's their own thing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's just morally, and you know what? It's even more than morally. I think we feel attraction to one person and that we want to invest all our time with that one person. And I know that she loves me completely and I love her. I don't want to be where she is and do what she does. I don't want to share her.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, that's the question of genuine desire. Is that you can't negotiate genuine desire. So,
genuine desire meaning,
as in, are you fully invested in each other?
Yes,
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like you were saying, I fully believe that the bulk of the human population does not believe in this. This is an outlier, a type of sort of fringe group of people who do this.
And I think also the high percentage are going to be youngsters. I don't know, but I would imagine probably under 30s.
Yeah. And you know what? I think it is
But again, that's just my thought process. Sorry.
Yeah. I think it is a very natural thing for the human race to cohabit with one person,
Yeah.
to build a family, to build a society, and that's not going to change for a long time. And I don't think we need to worry about it. It is growing.
Yeah.
And it is something to be aware of because it's out
exactly,
there.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
And but it's not going to devastate the world anytime soon. It might, but not
Over time, yeah.
but not just yet.
Look. I mean, I think this might, and I could be wrong, but this might just be a phase, like the 70s thing. It was a portion of time, and it was done. I don't think that this will last forever, but maybe, I don't know, dude.
I think it might be. I think.
You know what?
Probably.
It's also very woke as well.
Yeah.
I feel it's very woke.
And but you're always gonna have people who want to experiment like that, and maybe like you say, it is a phase, and they try it, and it's like, okay, we'll do it for a while, and then we realize, okay, maybe it's not.
Yeah, because
for us. And
I think deep down inside, you just want to be with one person. Sorry, you want to feel that love completely from one person. I think. And
having that intense connection with one person is pretty cool. It's a great feeling to have.
Yeah.
So
how does it feel, Bruce? When you wake up the next morning? It felt so amazing for the last 3 hours. Yeah. Anyways. Guys, this is I think it's a topic that can be spoken about forever. And I guess it's just for us to say, research it a bit if you want to, but, if you want to know more, there's plenty on the website. I mean, on the internet. I'll put a link down to the Red Table one. So it's interesting. I just think many people will have many kind of views and accepting and judging or not judging or whatever.
It can be very polarizing. It can be a bit of a watershed subject. It's like either like a hard no or a hard yes, or it's like, but maybe
yeah,
I don't know. It's
and it also takes both people in that relationship to say, okay, not one like, come on, buddy. It's like, yeah, I'm not sharing you. People, thank you. Sure.
This has been an interesting chat, man.
We could always go further, but I think this is a good place to park the bike or park to park something. Whatever your vehicle is, go and park it. And go and have a cup of coffee or something with your relevant other or others if you deem it so fit. I don't know. I just rather find... You know what? It's really difficult to find one. I'm looking forward to meeting the one in my life.
And now you want to go and find like 2
or 3? How
three?
bloody hard it will be to find more than one.
Yes,
no way.
You better have all your stuff dialed in for that, eh?
Exactly. No.
Anyway, guys, this has been the Spaghetti Junction podcast. Thank you so much for listening.
Like, comment, share,
subscribe, and
put on the notification bell.
There you go.
Yes.
Cheers, guys. We'll catch you in the next one.
Goodbye.
Bye.